Hello. Hello. I've returned. Actually, I think last time I said I was gonna stream on Monday, and then I'm like, I don't feel like streaming. So, yeah, I didn't stream on Monday. Sorry. But I'm back on Tuesday. Tuesday stream. The rare Tuesday stream. Probably, actually. Is this the first Tuesday I stream on? I actually don't remember. It's okay. Anyway, hello. And yeah, there's nothing really new. I'm just gonna keep going with this that I worked on yesterday. That being said, this time I don't have allergies, so I won't be taking breaks every 2 seconds. The new news is that I finally hit affiliate, which is pretty nice. I'm really glad they lowered the follower from 50 to 25 because it means that I will still be in the grind. So, much appreciated. And I actually haven't. I still need to set up everything that's affiliate related because I'm still just like this is a lot and I don't know. I'm just gonna stream whatever. I'll worry about the stuff later. So I'm still kind of figuring out all the stuff that comes with it, bits and alerts, the subscriptions, emotes, blah blah blah. I'm still gonna work on that. It's a work in progress. But for now, I'm just gonna keep going with my animations, and then eventually maybe we'll do some emotes and blah 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 blah, you know the drill. But yeah, let me just check everything's good. Still figuring out the whole ad situation. Now I have to be able to put ads, I'm deciding how to do things. If you entered here live, then you probably should have been greeted by an entering ad. So yeah, and if you didn't, then whoops, I don't know. But yeah. I also, for the moment, I usually prefer just to have I forgot what's called pre-rolled ads, where it's just like, okay, you enter, you see one, and then you're good. I do know that Twitch prefers doing mid-roll ads, so we'll see. I'll have some mid-roll ads this stream, and then we'll see if I decide now I want to remove them or whatever. I assume it's in my best interest to keep them, but as somebody who likes to watch streams, yeah, like anytime an ad pops up and interrupts is just like, this is annoying. So I will be making sure to warn people. Right now I have it set for the first mid-roll ad to hit the 30-minute mark, so we'll see. Just so you know, I want people to be, aware. Because yeah, it is like, whenever you're watching a stream and you just get hit by the random ad and interrupts a conversation you wanted to listen to, or, your question was going to be answered, it's like, yeah, it's kind of annoying. So I'll try to alert people and so they keep them in mind and stuff. We'll see. Maybe later I'll just be like, I'll just remove mid-roll ads and you just get the entrance ads. We'll see. We shall see. But for now, I need to remember how to draw. Because I don't remember. Let me remember. How many minutes do we have? Okay. 8 minutes and 22 minutes. And the world has been properly alerted, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna close those social media windows. And yeah, we can begin. I was doing cleanup for this animation of the one. I'm pretty sure it's called cleanup. What is this? I have like a new button on my chat. I was like, what are these new features? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. What was this? Just thought affiliate was a nice word, and now here I am, having new things to do on stream. It's okay, for now it's just gonna be a normal art stream. But, we'll see. This does unlock other options and avenues and stuff, and I probably will be doing more alerts, such as like for, I don't know, bits and stuff, and subscription. Right now I just have the default, so we'll see. The only custom ones I have the new follower one and the alert. Anyway, I'm gonna take a second to remember what I was doing. I was figuring out this puzzle. So we had the lines stat, which was static. I remember that. The lines are not gonna move too much, and then the lines are actually proper animation. So this is probably on panel 4 or 6. Right. Because it's just going to be odd numbers. So I already logged this in. Because I already know that these lines are the lines that aren't going to be changed too much. Compared to her arms. As you can see there's a smear frame and all of that. I think some of them I will have to draw over the line, I think. Maybe. So there's 2, 4, and 6. So I gotta make a copy and then trace it over. It's gonna be a little weird, but I don't think it'll be that big a deal. So I should be able to just copy this, put it under here, move to 1, and by under here I mean under here, and then gray this out a little bit. And I'm also going to hide the sketch layer, which is gonna look a little awkward. So now all I gotta do is semi-sloppily trace this. And that's gonna be our first step. So yeah. Yeah, I hope you all had a good weekend. I already forgot what I did on my weekend. Pretty sure I was just being lazy and, I don't know, playing video games. I'm playing Dark Souls 2, I think I mentioned that earlier. And I mean, you know, this is my second time around playing it, and first time playing the Scholar, the First Sin edition or whatever, and, I don't know. Like, I feel like now I know what I'm getting into, so I'm not that, like, at the first time I was just like, I kind of hate this game, I don't like this game, I hate this game, I hate this game. Mainly because I played the first one, and I actually really did enjoy the first game a lot, so just by comparison, like, those early highs of Dark Souls 1 are just they just kind of made my experience, even with the sloppy parts. Like, it's just, nope, Dark Souls 1 is my favorite, that's it, sorry. And then 2 just felt like, because it's a sequel, my expectations were like a bit higher, so I was just like, this feels kind of worse, but you're a sequel. Like, it never feels good when the sequel feels kind of worse. If it feels different, it's fine, but worse is not good, and it just tainted that first playthrough. Like, I was kind of done, and it's a long game too, but I only played the base game, and so now I'm back, and I'm gonna do the DLC soon, so stay tuned for my opinions, if you care, if you want to hear a good old skeleton's opinion. We are listening to Pokemon Black and White 2 soundtrack. We already, I think a couple streams ago, I listened to the first one. I'm like, okay, let's move on. What's this line here? What's going on here? That feels like a mistake. I'll keep it just for funsies. Basically, I'm just tracing a word. I'm actually being more accurate than I probably want to be, but we'll see. Maybe not. I'm gonna leave some pixels a little different. I wonder if this is better with like a messy brush. Probably. I'm still using just very basic brushes and stuff. Hopefully everything's in order. Every time something new changes, I'm like, is everything broken? Is it good? Okay, I think everything's good. It makes me paranoid. I think my chat did break, but that might just be like an expert, like a key expired, but hey, I fixed it really quickly before stream. It wasn't a big deal. I don't think it broke, it's just a key. I guess maybe it expires, or I don't know. I already forgot, honestly. I just kind of like do tutorials and do things, and then I'm like, I already forgot how I did this, and I have to re-look at the tutorial once again. Shoutouts to tutorials. Very helpful. Me, which is doing the art and stuff. After I finished playing Dark Souls 2, I'm not sure I'm gonna play. I kinda got back into Pokemon Platinum recently, and I'm just kinda like, I guess I'll play that, but that's kind of a different type of game, because I'm just gonna play like before, like when I'm watching videos when I'm gonna go to bed, so it's a little different. But I did bust out the old DS and stuff. I was considering seeing if I could play it on stream, but just like, I'm still gonna think about it. I just gotta figure out how that works. Hello, Happy. How's it going? We're just still working on my alert animation. It's, you know, I haven't been working it off stream because I've been procrastinating, but, you know. But also I don't really have any, like, other drawings I can show on stream, like projects and stuff. So I'm just like, hey, might as well just always do this on stream. I'm sure people want to see. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I think the stream title, I think, mentions it, but I did finally reach affiliate, so that's very nice. I don't know if you were greeted by an ad or not. I'm still figuring out everything. I mentioned it earlier. I was just like, I don't know how this works. I haven't set up anything, but, you know, we're learning. But yeah, so right now I'm just working on cleaning up the animation. I think there's other stuff that I need to clean up. I already kind of forgot. Every time I take too long on a drawing, I'm just like, I forgot what I was doing. So now we're like, I have to re-remember. No ad, huh? Interesting. Because I think I set it so you should have like an entrance ad. I don't know. It's okay. If there's no ads, it's not a big deal, to be honest. Like I said, just reach affiliate, it's fine. I don't know what I'm doing. And honestly, it's probably better for people. People don't want to always see ads, you know. That being said, I do have an ad scheduled for... Right now I have like mid-roll ads scheduled for 30 minutes. So, like in 15 minutes, we should be interrupted by an ad, but I'll make sure to alert people. I was mentioning that I want to make the experience kind of comfortable. So there is a chance that I'll just remove mid-roll ads, depending how it all feels. I don't know. Personally, I don't like the mid-roll ones, but because I don't like missing things when I'm watching a stream, but art streams are pretty chill, so it's just like, eh. Like, maybe for, like, art streams, I'll just leave them, but for game streams, I'll be, like, only when you enter, like, the pre-roll ones. Which I could have sort of had active, but maybe I moved something in the settings and it deactivated. I don't know. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, right now I'm just working on this, the body part. As I mentioned earlier, basically this part I'm just tracing it over again. So it kind of creates this like illusion of like a slight movement, so it's not as staticky. And her body isn't really moving a lot on the animation, so this just creates like a little nice illusion. It's a pretty simple animation in theory. I say simple, but this is hard for me because I'm not really used to animating. Yeah, it's good to see you, good to see you. I think I saw you were streaming Minecraft, and I kind of wanted to tune in, but I was just like, I gotta go to bed, I got work tomorrow, I'm sorry. I'll try to tune in one day. I feel bad because you're always chatting and coming and say hello, and I feel like I need to also do that too. To my fellow streamers. Man, I'm just kind of getting used to this whole thing and trying to balance life and streaming and drawing. It's a lot, but, you know, I'll get used to it. I remember this part in the game. I think this might be the first time a Pokemon game has like in-game lyrics, like as the background music. Thought it was kind of cute. I mean, I'm kind of in a sort of in a back in a Pokemon mood. Probably because of the new Pokemon news. I'm like, I haven't played like any new Pokemon games in a while. And I probably still won't for a while. But I did, like I mentioned earlier, I did bust out Pokemon Platinum and I've been playing that on my DS. But yeah. There's a lot of reasons why I haven't been playing recent Pokemon games, but the basic answer is just, games are expensive. So I kind of gotta be more selective of what I buy and stuff. So I just haven't had really space for Pokemon. So I'm just like, I'll just play the originals. I like replaying the originals. That's nice. What Pokemons have you been drawing, or have you been drawing characters? Or places? I I don't follow a lot of background artists, but maybe I should. I'm always more of like a character artist person. This is what I draw, characters. Let's save. Nice. Roll Pokemon. But yeah, if I do get back to Pokemon, I'll probably just start where I left off, which technically it would be Ultra Sun and Moon, but I think I'm gonna skip Ultra, just because I'm like, I played Sun and Moon, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But also, like, now that the 3DS is kind of dead, I'm like, is it easy to get Ultra Sun and Moon? Probably not, I don't know, I could look it up. So I'll probably start with Sword and Shield, which maybe I could stream. It could be interesting to play a new, quote-unquote, new Pokemon game for me on stream. And that one would be easy to stream. Like, all of the GBA ones, I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a way to capture them. There are obviously other methods, but if I have another method of doing it, like, legally, technically legally, I will. But yeah, they did re-release Fire Red and Leaf Green, so that is my first Pokemon game that I played very, like, a lot. Technically my first one was Silver, but Silver was already kind of old news, so I kind of was more interested in Gen 3. So basically I hopped into the Pokemon games from Gen 3 on. Huh. Oh, I think I know what happened here. Because I did some... Okay. So I'll probably fix that later. These are mistake lines from, like, when I merged the two layers and I just forgot about them. Okay. So I'll just still choose which ones to delete. Let me see if I can fix it really quickly. So these aren't supposed to be here. I just realized. I was very confused. I was like, where are these? These are just little mistake lines. Because I did it's hard to explain, but last stream basically basically depending on how she's moving her arms, she's actually covering the sketch that I was tracing. And where can I see this? What is this? Right, this. Okay. So I had to kind of like trace over my own sketch from two different layers and then merge them together, which is why I caused this little mistake that I missed. Last time I was getting just destroyed by allergies. Not destroyed, but I was just like, I had to have the sniffles. And it was hard to focus. Oh, interesting. These ones don't have the thing. So I wonder how that mistake happened. I think it's probably fine. Did I trace it? No, her face. Just, I assumed it was her face. Me. But if I get back into Pokemon, definitely Sword and Shield will be my entry point to getting back to it. And then, I don't know. I am very curious about the Legends games. They look... I mean, I like that it seems like they're trying something different. But, to be fair, I haven't played, like, any of the mainline ones anymore, so I'm just like, maybe even those feel different. It just feels like when I played, like... It felt like they were just getting kind of, like, repetitive. And Sun and Moon did change things up a bit. In a way that's kind of interesting, but it wasn't what I was looking for, I guess. I don't know. But I still like Pokemon. I like the base concept. I do think it's exciting they're adding the GameCube ones to the Switch too. Because I do like Gale of Darkness and stuff. I did play that game a lot. And I do really like what they do in those games. Like having games being purely double battles, and also like making so you can only catch Pokemons from other trainers that are Shadow Pokemon. It's interesting. Obviously it's limited compared to the other games that are more open and you can just catch Pokemon and do a bunch of other things. But I think it's a cool way to change it up. And it still follows like all the rules from Pokemon. And you can still trade them, so like you can keep. That's how I captured Lugia, because I could never get the mystery gift in Fire. I don't even know if I could in my country. So it's like, I guess this is how I get Lugia from Gale of Darkness. So it's neat. I never played Colosseum though. I kinda, if I ever get a Switch 2, I hope they add Colosseum, because that's the one I'm missing. I really like the vibe of that one. Like XD is like a sort of sequel to Colosseum, but I like the vibes better of Colosseum. That's their rusty aesthetic, I don't know how to call it, but yeah, wasteland. Because XD does take place in the same region and in places, but it's almost like modernizing. I don't know what to call it. I'm sure it's like a theme in the story or something, but like all of the like bad guys have like very clean ranger suits. But yeah. So it's like, I don't like that aesthetic as much, but maybe that's the point. It's like clashing, it's like things are changing. That might be the point, I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to the dialogue in Pokemon games. I probably should. But yeah. I just know it's like, Lugia's doing a big bad, there's evil Pokemon that you gotta make not evil anymore, the Shadow Pokemon, which I think is a fun mechanic. Yeah. Which was your first Pokemon game? If, you know, you mind sharing? I'm curious. Okay, just have to do her eyes now, and I think that's good to go. They're still making the movie, right, the anime. I'm so, like, far detached from the anime. I really didn't watch that much when I was like young. I definitely got into Pokemon through the video games. Oh, I've seen some Minecraft Pokemon mods. I don't know if it's the one I saw, because the one I saw was from a while ago, but yeah, I remember seeing like Minecraft mods for Pokemon, which looked really cool. But yeah, the Pokemon anime, like I think I owned the first movie with Mewtwo, and that was it. Like, I kind of didn't like the anime that much. I think it's just, I think I didn't like the format, the episodic format. Maybe I was just more of a Digimon fanboy, which I was. I did watch the anime a lot. It has more of a plot, the Digimon one, which is maybe that's why I lean towards it more. But yeah. But no, I definitely got into Pokemon because of the video games. I think I started from Gen 3. Like, I did play, like, Stadium a little bit on the N64, but it was when my friends, you know, we got the Game Boy Advance, and that's when it really started being like, ooh. But the first one I got my hands on was Silver. It's just, the battery didn't work, so it didn't save, so I never got too far, because I had to just never turn off my Game Boy. So, that's how it went. But then finally I bought Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I'm pretty nostalgic for them, which is why I kind of wanted to buy Fire Red and on the Switch that just got re-released, and probably play it on stream, so that could be fun. Probably won't be doing any fancy rules. I'm not that big of a fan of Nuzlocke. I don't have anything against Nuzlocke, I'm just like, eh. I just don't, I'm not that good at the game. And I'm not that much of a thrill seeker. But maybe one day. Just for stream. So, if things are working properly, and we'll see if they are, we should be getting our first ad break in a few seconds. So, I'll probably yap a little bit less, just so, you know. And if you didn't get an ad, then things are not working, or, I don't know. Who knows? It's fine either way. But just be warned that if everything works correctly, you should be getting one in 30 seconds. But I think I finished doing, yeah, this, which, okay. It's working relatively well. Yeah, did finish doing the line art here, and you can kind of see here the, like, you see there's like a slight variation, and that's what I want on the line. That's the entire purpose of this copy-pasting deal. Anyway, so we'll see. I'm just looking at my stuff. Okay. So, according to my thing, an ad should be rolling right now, so you probably can't hear me. Maybe. If you are, then hello. You're in the secret no ad zone. Welcome. You might have been able to dodge ads for, you know, some methods. Who knows? I won't judge. It is a-okay. No ad? Dang it! That's okay. Well, welcome, Happy, to the no ad zone. Yeah, I don't know. My stream thinks it is running, but it could be, you know, who knows. Worry not. I suppose if somebody's using an ad blocker, it might block it. I don't know. I haven't been using ad blockers in a while. Do not worry, Happy. It is okay. I understand. For now, we're just gonna keep working. But when things are working, that's basically right now where my settings are. Every like 30 minutes, I guess I would be like three ad breaks per stream, maybe 4. Oh, it could be a phone thing, maybe. Maybe the PC people are, you know, getting the ads, but the phone people aren't. That could be a thing. Like I said, I'm not familiar too much with the Twitch. But the ad is ended, so we can move on. It might be. It might be. Yeah. But it is no biggie. We're here to be productive. And that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, okay. So, let's continue. So now... Right, the hair. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. I did draw one of the... Okay, the hair layers. I was like, why does she have the hair there? Okay, so... This... I need to... Okay, can I do this? And then, God, I forget, like, is it merge selected layers? Can I just do that? Okay, because I used to do something sillier when I move layers outside of the folder and then do this button over here that merge them. But I think what I just did is better. I think. Hey me! Control C that really quickly. Because I might have made a stupid mistake. So, give me a second while I get my bearings. Are these two the same? For the most part. The brows will have some lines variation because of the fixing I did last time. So I think I copy-pasted in the wrong place. So give me a second. This is the one I need to paste. The odd numbers. We're in the odd numbers, remember. So now this, merge selected layer. And now you, why did you disappear? Okay. So there's nothing here. But it's here. And this. So let me copy paste this. Move over here. And you can't see this because, but it should still merge normally. Okay, maybe I have to do my song and dance where I mentioned, where I just grab this, move it outside of the folder. It's kind of awkward. Merge it, put it back. Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Technically, I think I'm doing a lot of weird extra steps, but this is what works for me. So it's for now, I'm not gonna think about it too hard because it only takes a couple of clicks. Maybe later I'll figure out a more not weird way of doing this. You. Who are you? I don't think you should be here. I'm gonna delete you and hope I didn't make a horrible mistake. Okay. Let's save. And with that, so now, yeah. I think that works fine. There's gonna be like a whole mess. Pretty sure some of these lines I'm gonna have to delete because of this mirror frames and stuff, but this is basically the idea, just like a little bit of movement. Though it looks a little flashy, maybe because I made the lines a little too thin instead of making them, but like it might be so messy that it might not matter. Because also this is gonna be colored and stuff, so for now, that's good to go. So now we gotta go in here. So these are different, I think. Yeah. So now these are all pretty sure different, so I'll probably just copy the hair right now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's just a couple lines. Just checking that everything is good to go. You know. Saving. I forgot that the hands are not that well drawn. Me and my mistakes. No, it's okay. They're like moving so fast. Like I'm pretty sure I can just draw like oven mitts and people will be none the wiser. They will now. So for now, why did I draw the hair for 4? I guess just because it looks more complete. So let's build from that, I guess. Yeah, so this is just, I'm just gonna actually there's no copy pasting magic here. Just gotta do this. And Black and White 2 has some funky music. I'm kind of curious to know what this music is, though. What is this? Oh, is this like the background music for the little fake movies you make? That would make sense. It feels so funky that I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, that was some weird, like, little scenes. They had, like, weird experimental moments in Pokemon, but I think they were fun. You gotta add some variety to your games. forget what they were. I think you were like a superhero or something, and you had some funny outfits. And what's his name? Bryson became an actor. He was the ice gym leader. I think he's not. He's just an actor in this game. I forget where Black and White take place. I think like a couple of years after. I mean, Black and White 2 takes place like a couple of years after, which I think that's fun. They are proper like sequels. That might have been the first. I think that is the first. I guess that's why they branded it Black and White 2, because they always do like the second version of their games, but this time it was more like a sequel, and they did change up a bunch of things. So that does kind of make sense. I forget what was the line thickness I did for the ponytail, but I'm just gonna wing it and hope for the best. You good ads? I'm so sorry for your loss. I apologize for subjecting you to I don't know. What ads did you get? Do you get Burger King? I don't like Burger King. Arby's? Actually, I don't have opinions on Arby's, because I don't think I've ever gone to it. It's like a really kind of forgettable place. Like, the only thing I remember about Arby's is just like, hey, remember that time they had this cardboard guy and they would do anime references in their Twitter? That's all I know about Arby's. I assume that time is long gone now. I have to assume. I haven't heard of Arby's Twitter in a long time. I'll need to have it next time, just for the heck of it. Next time I'm around in those parts. Yeah. Yeah. For the moment I do have the when you come in the settings I should have the when you come into stream and you get an ad. But I also have them like running every 30 minutes, so we'll see how that. I feel like I might change it up, or like I know there's a setting that makes it so if you recently ran ads, people when they come in they don't get ads. I think it's to prevent like basically like, hey, you have scheduled ads and then you enter, watch an ad, 2 minutes happen, watch another ad. I think that's what they're trying to prevent. So depending on your timing, you might get more ads. At least with my current settings, but I'll mess around with them. Yeah. This is a more exciting part, at least for me. Because you already did all of the sort of animation work, which actually I don't think I necessarily did all my homework, but I mean, that's just me in a nutshell. I just never do homework, both in school and on my art. But we are getting the base look down. Like, these are gonna be the lines. I think it's like easier to animate if your body's not moving that much, and it also kind of makes it funnier. Because why last stream I was experimenting with like if I should move the whole drawing like up and down. I might just not do that, because I think it's funnier if it's just the arms moving. And somehow Curse is his most stable body. She practices a lot. At least there's one thing she needs to do well, of all the billions of other things she does wrong. But yeah, we'll see, because I do want to like work on other stuff other than just working on alert animations and stuff, but I'm just like, well, now that I have affiliate, I'm like, I guess I need to do like a subscription animation and like a maybe bits animation. I'm just like, oh, we'll get to that. I might simplify them, or like, so I don't give myself so much animation work. But maybe I'll get really good at animated, who knows? Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but I don't think I have anywhere on stream that shows the incoming ad break, so I will make sure to inform you when that's coming up. To the peeps. And I'll make sure to not, you know, talk about, you know, very interesting topics while it's going. Or maybe the most interesting topics happen when ads are running. Who knows? Alright, the scythe is going to be covering this. I guess I'll just draw what I can see, and then I'll fix it later. But yeah. It is only just like 6 frames of animation. It's actually not that much. The ones that do have like a lot more frames are the ghosts, because this is, even though this is a 6 frame loop, it loops 3, like the whole animation is 18 frames, so it loops 3 times. And then it just loops and then starts over. So the reason why I did that is because I needed more frames of animation for the ghosty, since this is a pretty fast frame rate. So they actually have time to fly through screen and not look like they're going to the speed of light. If it was 6 frames, it would just, you wouldn't even know what you're looking at. It'd be crazy. There is one thing that I don't know about that I need to probably keep in mind, and I think for the Jill alert, and I don't know, it has to do with like the frame rate. Because I stream at 30 frames per second, so I need to be like maybe aware of like what frame rate I saved them on. Because I have to assume, and I don't know much about this, that if depending on the like frame rate of the GIF, maybe like because of the 30 frames, maybe like some frames will not show on stream. It's possible. I don't know if it's like true or not, but I remember that. I assume that could be a problem, so I need to make sure I pick like a frame rate that I guess matches. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing I need to be careful with. One of the things that comes to mind is like when you're streaming, I forget if it's 60 frames or I forget exactly what it is, but when have you ever seen when somebody's playing a game and they get that, and they're playing an old game like Sonic, and when you get the shield in Sonic, the way they do the illusion of transparency is that they flash an image every other like frame. So like it's a frame of Sonic being just completely covered by a blue bubble. Like you can't see Sonic. And then the next frame there's no bubble, just you can't see anything. And it just, but then it's like flashing at really fast frame rate, so it creates the illusion of transparency. If you're watching like somebody streaming, and I think it's if it's blinking at 60 frames, and the stream is like recording at 30, it will like just record every other frame, so you'll either only see the bubble and you won't see Sonic, or you just won't see a bubble. I've seen that a lot in a lot of people's videos of Sonic and stuff. So that's why I have this in mind, where I'm like, okay, I'm streaming at 30. Are these frames gonna get eaten and the animation's gonna look bad on stream? I don't know. The new follower alert one, I think it's fine. I wonder if it's just don't save it like an odd number frame rate. Maybe. So maybe I need to save it an even number. What do I have this as a frame rate? 15. Yeah, I have the 15. That, I don't know. On the one hand, 15 is like, well, 15 is half of 30, but now I'm like, maybe I should save it at 16 or 14, maybe. Maybe I'll do some research, because this is just me speculating. Actually, this is not like actual knowledge of, you know, animation and stuff. This is just me being like, I think this might happen based on stuff that I know. Like, I made an emote that I use in BTTV. Let me see if I can I think that is a good example, I think. Where is it? Let me put it in chat. It will not show up on Twitch chat because it's BTTV, but there's, I think that's the one. Let me see. How does it show? Yep, it shows fine. So I made a little animation thing. But then I also, just to experiment, I made a 2. Let's see. And yeah, I'm looking at my preview and there is nothing animating. Let's see how it looks on live stream. Yeah. You see that? You seeing that? That's supposed to be the clapping animation very fast, but I made it like a 60 frame per second and I'm streaming at 30. So it's kind of like, you can kind of see, you can sometimes see it not clapping, and sometimes it is. Actually, maybe 4 frames, I'm not sure. Let's look at it for a second. Yeah, it's not, you can't see anything. Like, I think if you go to BTTV, you can see, like, the proper frame rate, and it is clapping, like, it's super fast. But it's not showing up on stream. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I mean, but I need to be careful from that. So that's been, you know, I don't even want to call it educational, but yeah. It claps every 30 years, yep. So I want to make sure that that doesn't happen with this. Which honestly might already be happening. I don't know, is it happening? Kinda? I'm looking at my stream preview. And I think it is eating some of the frame, maybe because it's 15. We'll see. It still doesn't even look that bad, to be honest. But gotta be mindful of the frame rate, I think. I'm sure like an expert will be able to confirm this. I am no expert. I'm just figuring this out as I go. Keep that in mind. Okay, anyway. Enough of frame rate talk. How about you? Did I finish doing 6? Yeah, I think I finished 6. But yeah, at the moment I have game streams kind of postponed at the moment, so we'll see. I kind of just wanted to focus more on art and stream a little bit less, just to be, you know, take it easy. I'm still deciding what's gonna be, because I did leave Billy Hatcher incomplete, because I thought I was able to beat it in one sitting. Then I realized that the game secretly does want you to collect things in, you know, the collectathon game, so I would have liked to know. But it does make sense that a game about collecting things would want you to collect things and not skip them. So I didn't finish Billy Hatcher, and I didn't want to finish it. But I wanted to just focus on art because I have a lot of projects and stuff. And sometimes I don't even work on them if I'm not streaming. Like, yesterday I could have worked on this animation, I just didn't feel like it for now. And honestly, I didn't feel like doing it today. But hey, here we are, actually working on it, and now, now I have a little bit more momentum, so I'm happy I started. Yeah, games, I don't know. I kind of want to play Fire Red with the re-release and stuff. I wanted to see if I could get a friend so we could play it and like see if we could battle each other or something, but it doesn't have online, so that idea kind of fell through. It's not a big deal, but yeah, so I might just play it solo. But we're actually doing some progress. I feel like a part of the reason why I've been lazy is just because I'm like, this still needs so many hours, and it still does. But when you start seeing the final lines, it kind of starts feeling like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Because I wasn't sure if I need to do another sketch pass, but right now I'm like, whatever. We can do it. Yeah, so Pokemon Fire Red. The only thing about streaming Pokemon Fire Red is that at the moment, I've been mostly focusing on games I know I can finish in 1 or 2 streams. And Pokemon will not be in 1 stream or 2 or 3. Unless I play it emulated. Which allows me to do hyperspeed. So it makes grinding way faster and moving through the game. But I feel like that would be awful to watch. I've done it. I played it that way, and I remember like I did one where I just picked Charizard, because you can kind of sweep the game with just Charizard. He's pretty strong. And I think I remember doing it like almost like under 3 hours, or like around 3 hours, with like minor like Pokemon management and stuff, and just doing like mainlining it. But like that was with hyper speed, just like moving all over the place. It's just like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be fun to watch, just seeing the way the game sounds. So I think it's just better that I play it normal. But I don't think it's that bad that it's going to be like it's gonna be just a long stream and stuff. But I think that's not a terrible idea to like have it like maybe once a week. Play just a chill Fire Red stream or something like that. Like it definitely won't be like every day Fire Red, because then it's just like I don't know. So I would probably put it like on the schedule. I think that like it's a chill game to just tune into and watch how things are going. I think that could be fun. Let's see how the ponytail looks like, because the ponytail I still felt really mixed about the movement. So let's see if it looks a little different or not. I might or might not delete the lines that are being, you know, under the hair, but at the same time, I'm gonna color it like dark purple, so it's just like, I don't think it'll be that bad, especially because it's animating a lot, so I'm just like, let me just leave them. Yeah, I want to think of like other alert ideas that are a little simpler than this. Technically, like you could argue that the Jill one I did with the opening door is simple, but I'm like, it's kind of not. Like it is and it isn't, because of the whole door movement and like waving and reacting. So I'm trying to think of like I need a happy medium. Like maybe for like bits or like donations or something alert, so I can do a bunch different ones and they can be in a rotation, a random rotation or something. Maybe those will be a little simpler, just so I can make more. Because these ones do take quite a bit of time. But I don't know. I promise nothing, because I always say like, keep it, you know, take it easy, it's fine. And then it's just like, what if we make the most complicated animation ever that takes like months to make, and you've never animated before? And I'm like, let's do it. And I'm like, no! Why do you do this to me? But yeah, so that might happen. Or I might just give you the most just simple animation just because I find it hilarious. That's just me. That's just how I do. This was kind of me trying to keep it simple, but it just isn't the most simple. Did they ever bring this idea back in the future games where there's just like, we're just gonna have sound, like, how do they put it? Sound files of people saying things randomly in music? Or was it only Black and White 2 that did it? It's honestly funny that they didn't do this in the Pokemon Fire Red, because heck, the Game Boy really wanted to advertise like their high quality audio samples, and like it felt like every single GBA Game Boy Advance game just required like you need to have some kind of like voice acting or anything, just like a voice clip, anything, just put it in. You must. It feels like Nintendo had their checklists when they made games and stuff. So these little like voice files in Pokemon Black and White 2 reminds me of that, but this was on the DS, so that was like when they kind of didn't care as much anymore. But yeah, the Game Boy, like almost every game, like the Mario games, the ports, they added Mario going, yoo-hoo, just what he needed and stuff like that. Link to the Past and stuff, they added like the Ocarina of Time. Wait, am I on a rant? And yeah, that Ocarina of Time, the hiatus and stuff. I will continue this thought in a second, because we are about to get attacked by an ad break. It's been another 30 minutes. So just in case if people are actually getting, you know, attacked by an ad, I will continue this conversation once my stream thing actually stops. But yeah. Now I will say the more meaningful things, like, you know, the stuff that people talk when nobody's listening. Like, what do people think about? Have you ever thought about the color purple? It's purple. It's a nice color, don't you think? She has purple hair. And I also have a lot of purple in this room. So, yeah. If you're listening to this is a super exclusive purple conversation. I say super exclusive, but I will save the VOD, and the VOD doesn't save the ads, so hehe. So this is also a hello YouTube type of thing. But yeah, anyway, what the heck was I doing here? I already did that. Okay. I don't mind doing the drawing, because it's like, what are you gonna miss a couple lines? It's okay. Like, we don't, it's fine. You don't need to. Like, why do you want to see me draw lines where you can look at a delicious Arby's sandwich? Now that I think about it, this just sounds like this is not an ad. I'm just making a joke. I don't know how serious I need to take those things, but yeah. Not sponsored. Yeah, well, who cares when you can be looking at ads for some type of food from some type of restaurant, you know? Do you really want to see this? Do you really want to see me talk about the color purple? No. You don't want to see me talk about the color purple. Oh no. This is all ads. I accidentally put the setting where it's like 20 minutes of ads per hour. I think it's, you have like in the settings like a ad slider. I have it at the default, which is 3 minutes per hour, and divided by 30 minutes, you know, so 1 minute and 30 seconds. But you can like go crazy and just be like 20 minutes of ads per hour, and it's like, who would watch this? No one, which is probably not recommended. Yeah, we were just talking about the color purple and stuff, so you missed very like meaningful and life-changing conversations, so yeah. Might as well never watch live anymore and just watch the VODs that don't actually get me any money, because YouTube requires, it's a little more difficult on YouTube, but I mean, it makes sense. Also, I'm gonna get like half of my VODs are gonna get bopped because of all of this Nintendo soundtracks I'm doing. But yeah, what I was saying, yeah, the Game Boy Advance basically, yeah, every game has like a file, like a something that, if like a requirement to be like some kind of high quality, I guess, audio file. I think Metroid Fusion had like an emergency background voice, like when there was like a moment where it's like emergency or something. I forget. I remember that. And I forget what other games had something, because I remember being like, huh. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow also had like voice lines in Japanese and stuff. They were showing off. It's funny how like I never noticed those things. Like they must have like I've never done research on, you know, development of games and stuff, but like you can tell like there's stuff they want to show off. Like they want to show off the hardware and stuff because, you know, they are a hardware selling company also, not just games. So they gotta like try to show it off in all of their games and find ways to show it. And yeah, it's interesting when you start realizing that and noticing in, you know, games you play that you never thought of. Just like, I don't know, a lot of the GameCube games show off a lot of water, and it's like, yeah, because you can make it, things that have water stuff, you can make it look really good on the GameCube. And also, like, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door is insane, especially because I never noticed how that game is, because the GameCube, like, really advertised, like, how many models they could render and stuff, and, like, what was it, Mario 101 or something, 110? Where they showed, like, a tech demo of a billion Marios, so they really want to show that off, so, like, Pikmin, for example, is just like, yep, look at all of these 100 men, isn't it amazing? Look how many little creatures the GameCube is rendering. Like, they're just showing off what the hardware can do. And also Paper Mario is just like, hey, look at all these sprites. Look at that. Look, you see that? You see the audience? There's a number there. That's 150 audience. That means 150 sprites on screen. Isn't that amazing? Isn't the GameCube so cool? Like, I never noticed those things. So I'm like, oh yeah. This game is like, entire audience mechanic in Paper Mario is just so they can show off, like, how many sprites you can have on screen in the game running well. Even though those sprites you can tell are lower quality, but hey. Gotta show off the hardware. But yeah, Paper Mario, it's like, now I can't unsee it anymore. I'm just like, oh, you're just, okay. Alright, GameCube, I see. I see what you're capable of. I'm not really too familiar if, like, PlayStation, Xbox have their own version of that. You know, I didn't grow up with those games, so. But with Nintendo, I'm like, oh, I see it, I can see, you know, like, how they wanted to experiment and stuff. It's fun when you know the pieces of the thing you like. It's still a bit of a low resolution for my taste. Also, I don't know why it pixelates so much when you animate. That might just be Clip Studio being like, I don't know, I'm not gonna use my full, you know, quality just to show you a preview of the animation. I think it will look better in the GIF. But like the ponytail, like the end of the ponytail, I still think it should be moving the most. It looks kind of bad, but like like if you just look at this, you're just like, what the heck? That thing is just going crazy. Cube, Half-Life 2, like. That's all I can think of when I see something like that. I love Half-Life. Like, hitting sound effects are great. But you're not gonna be looking at that. You're gonna be looking at Curse's face, most likely. Maybe the, like, smear of the scythe. So, like, it's so small that I actually don't think it matters that much, to be honest. But yeah, I need to have, like, a soundboard so I can play, like, weird, annoying sound effects. So anytime I do any weird animation like this, I can just play, like, just, like, source engine sound effects. That's gonna be my entire soundboard. Half-Life noises and stuff. That'd be a good time. I should look into that, so I can annoy my audience more effectively. Anyway, we're in. Yeah. Now to the actual... I say hard part, but like, because it's moving so much, I don't think, like, I can probably draw everything be ugly and smeared, and it probably would look good, but let's try to do it. The other thing is that I need to be conscious of is that, like, it's going to cover her body a little bit, so I need to delete those lines too, but I'm probably just gonna, like, gray them out a little bit, and I'll delete them later. But this isn't looking, yeah. Like, we'll see once, like, I finish the entire art. I'll see if I do the thing where I move the entire art up and down or something to convey movement a little bit better. But it doesn't look bad. So we're gonna keep going. Where to start? So this is where I was supposed to draw all of the lines that are moving, but I think I'm gonna keep this for the hair and just make things even messier. So I'm gonna just call it curved lines. Hair, and I'm gonna make another copy of this. Curved lines. Called arms. And I'm gonna go just in there and delete everything in here. I'm gonna save because we are doing progress. Okay. Arms. There. And let's see. So now we don't want to see much. Actually, I could just cover the whole thing. No, I kind of want to be able to see it. It will become a mess of layers, but let's see. I guess I'll make this like a 10. 20. And then like arms. And these should all be different. Well, sorta. I might just, well, we'll see. Because obviously the smear is completely different. But there is like always like a, it's like smear, arms move a little bit, and then smear again, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, so I could copy paste it, but yeah. Anyway. So, we just gotta start. I'm afraid of the smears right now, even though technically there should be the easiest, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna start with the first one. So you can see here, these two are basically almost the same, I just move it a little bit. And you can tell in the sketch I did copy-paste the hands, so I need to decide. But for now, I think I just need to draw it, and then I'll make a choice. Which are the smears? 6 and 3? Okay, yeah, 6 and 3 are the smears. Exciting. We're gonna actually do the arms. Yeah. So gotta keep in mind the actual lines there. I forget when these songs play. I think in Black and White 2 you could like re-fight gym leader, like a little tournament where you fight old gym leaders. I think that's why this song is playing. So I was like, wait, what? We're not playing Fire Red. I always like when they like to try to make little nods and references to the other games, like fight all the other gym leaders. It was fun. I wonder if they still do that. I have no idea what the Pokemon games are now. Because Black and White 2, not Black and White 2, Sun and Moon started changing the direction of the game and stuff. And at least they tried something different, but they kind of changed how gyms work, so I'm like, I wonder what's happening now. This is against a rival from Fire and Leaf Green. Yeah, the champion from Kanto. I could be wrong, and I forget if in Sun and Moon happens. Is the rival from the first game the only rival that actually beats, like, actually becomes champion? There was always a weird trend with some of the older games where it felt like it was like, instead of fighting you after the LA4, they fight you before it, and then it's like, oh, well, I guess good luck, and then they just leave, and it's like, no, I want to dislike you, and I want to beat you as the champion. I kind of miss that from the older games. I feel like the new rivals are just all friendly, which, hey, hooray for friendship, but I think it's more fun when you kind of dislike the rival and you're like, I'm gonna get you. I think that's more fun. The first Paper Mario game actually did have a rival type thing, and it was fun. I don't think any of the other Paper Mario games bring back the idea of having like a weird little rival that improves and changes its mechanics from time to time. Rivals are cool. Especially when, you know, they change up the strategy and you know, it's like they're testing you, how far you've come. And I think Pokemon still does rivals, I just think the characters, it's more fun with their like little brats. Like, I guess the one in Paper Mario is very funny. And I'm kind of glad they didn't bring back the characters though. Nowadays everything comes back and everything's a reference and stuff, so it's just like, it's kind of nice that, what's his name, Junior Troopa, I think it's called, hasn't really made an appearance, as far as I know. I know they make a little reference to him in Paper Mario 2, but like, it's just like he shows up in the background of a picture. It's not that big of a deal. But Junior Troopa is a great character. If you have not played Paper Mario, do yourself a favor and play that game. It's good. Speaking of nostalgia, all these songs, very nostalgic. Makes me want to play old Soul Silver now. I have a little more nostalgia for Silver though. That old look. I always liked the way that game felt to play. I forgot how her sleeves look, but again, I can probably get away with the mittens. Big mittens. I hope people have been enjoying the Elec Clap 2 on screen. That's just like barely, you know, it's doing its best. It's barely even moving. I just realized that it's been there the whole time because, you know, it's been a low message stream, which is fine. I forgot what her gloves look like, and honestly, I don't know if I care for this. Like, to make it very... I don't know why Knuckles, like, I feel like I always look at Knuckles and be like, I kind of get it, but every time I get to drawing them, I'm like, I don't get it. This is like, it kind of goes down, this one goes up, and then this one goes down. It's like a weird, like, curve like this. Granted, I don't think I need to have the most realistic Knuckles, but I guess I'm using this as practice. I need to learn to draw. I need to be better at drawing hands. I want to be good at them to the point where I don't feel like I have to struggle. I want to enjoy it. That's probably good enough. But this needs to be a bit bigger, like that. Thank you. And now, I gotta draw this. Oh, banger alert, I forgot. Yeah, because they're doing the champion stuff, they're also gonna have this one. I feel like the Soul Silver version is really good for this song. Maybe we'll listen to Soul Silver next time. Soundtrack. This one's just okay. It is interesting hearing it with the like black and white 2, I guess, on a sound font. Definitely a lot of noises I relate with black and white 2, but not. But it's, you know, a silver music. It's interesting. How do I draw this now? Trying to see, because as you can see, the sketch isn't, you know... How do I put it? The sketch is leaving a little too much to the imagination, you know? It's just like... It's like the opposite of not leaving a lot for the animation. The animation? Imagination. Yeah. This is where I might just go full on mittens. It's like, I don't know, is it whatever. I also like the Gen 3 champion theme though. Let's see if it's actually here too. So we should be moving on to Gen 3 now, I guess. Yeah, I think this is Gen 3. I'm gonna give her like a little cat paw, and then I'll try to fix it. How are we doing? An hour and 20 minutes. Hey, we're doing good. Time is passing, and things are getting done for the most part. I mean, honestly, I feel like I haven't done that much, but that's just how it goes with animation and streaming. You know, it takes. You know, these things take time. That was a quote from a good old character from a good old franchise. For some reason, that's, I mean, characters have a lot of catchphrases, but that's one of his catchphrases. I guess he says it like a couple of times in the game. I'm talking about Sora from Kingdom Hearts. He often does say that. And by often, I mean like maybe twice, and for some reason I remember he says, these things take time, whatever. I think Donald is like screeching his ear. No, I think that's his answer. I forget. Yeah. I think Kingdom Hearts would be a fun franchise to play on stream also. I gotta decide, or like figure out if I'm going to, if my PS4 is still working, so I just play it there, or if I have to rebuy the game on Steam and see if how my computer is handling it. Like, this looks like a mess, but I feel like, because I still have to have the scythe held, or whatever. So I think this is probably fine. I'll probably fix it once I add the scythe, because, yeah. The scythe might also have to be its own thing. I don't know. No, I could probably just do it on the same layer. It's fine. Well, no. If I'm doing the exact same method I did with the sketch, I should probably have them separated. So, I did say I want to keep them separated, but I guess it means that I'm gonna have to do another of this copy. Rename it to Curves, Lines, Scythe. I almost never regret actually organizing my layers this way, where it becomes a mess. Especially if technically they all have the same name. It's all unorganized, but yeah. But I almost never regret this decision. To keep things separated, because it makes things easier to fix. Especially when they're like on lines on top of each other. Yeah, I kinda do like that I curved this line. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm starting to, if I did this in the same layer as the hands, this would have been, been a little more annoying to deal with. So, can I just cheat and copy this? I feel like anytime I draw like a line like this, and then I'm like, okay, now do it again, but like perfectly parallel, I'm like, I cannot. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do that. There. Because, doing the other way around would have been annoying. First this hand isn't holding it as well, but I'll fix the hand later. It's been so long since I've drawn Curse's Sight and stuff, so I'm just like, what did this thing look like? It had like a little triangle here and things, but I don't think I need to be too detailed though. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts would be a fun franchise to play and play through. What is this? Oh, Gen 4, right. I was gonna say, what is this song from? You mean the game I just started playing yesterday, Platinum? Remember? I feel like I don't care that much for Gen 4's music. Specifically, you know, Black and White. Not Black and White. Keep saying Black and White. Diamond and Pearl. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, because, you know, right now I was like, ooh, I like this song from Gen 3 and Gen 2 and 1. And now I'm just like, wait. I'm remembering, like, the themes in... Now I remember them. Well, actually, no. Cynthia's song is pretty good. I forgot. No, Cynthia's theme is pretty good. But, yeah, I don't think the music stuck with me that much. That, or maybe I'm, like, desensitized myself because I played Platinum, like, 20 times. And I just don't care anymore for the music. I don't know. Just save. Yeah, this is still technically moving, so we gotta draw a fast, confident line. Dang it! All of these have been really good, but they just don't line up with the sketch. I guess the size should be kind of big. Should I change it to this? Nah, because I think it's supposed to be kind of angled backwards, and that's why I drew it like that. Never mind. Yeah. Definitely my biggest gripes with Generation 4 Pokemon is still the speed of the game. It's so slow. Like, I think they fixed Surf in Platinum, if I remember correctly. The Surf speed, because you surf so slowly. But that's just like a one minor fix from, like, how fast the game was in Gen 3. Which is one of the things I really like about Generation 3 of Pokemon. Is like, things move fast and snappy. And it's just, 4 feels so slow in comparison. And then 5, I think 5 sped things up pretty well. And I think you can, like, skip some, like, make things go a bit faster if you mash A. I forget, but... And I don't remember Gen 6 as much. I didn't play that one as much. But, you know, what I do remember from Gen 6 is that that's when the game started saving really fast. Because Gen 4, speaking of Gen 4 being slow, the game saved slow. And I think Gen 5... It took a while to save your game. It's like a very minor thing, but I remember every time the game would be like saving a lot of data and it would take like a minute to save. Speaking of Cynthia's theme, it's Cynthia. Still probably, for me, one of the hardest gym leaders. At least I always struggle with her. Maybe it's just the Garchomp, I don't know. So I guess I struggle with... Ooh, Lance? I kind of struggle with Lance, I don't know. I went on a tangent there, now I'm just like, wait, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about Generation 4 or something, Pokemon. It was slow. Saving! Saving was really fast in Gen 6, and I also remember that trading was kind of fun. I remember like the multiplayer connectivity aspects were greatly improved in the 3DS. Then Gen 7, I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't play that one as much. I assume it's still fine. It wasn't the 3DS. I think that was the last 3DS generation. And now everything's on the Switch. Sorta. The new Pokemon game is probably gonna be a Switch 2 exclusive, isn't it? It would make sense. It's gonna come out next year, so I wouldn't fault it for it. Again, it's a new generation, so you would release exclusives. Oh yeah, okay, I do remember liking this song. Good old Cynthia. Can't wait to fight you again. in a couple hours when I beat that platinum. In a couple hours, I mean a couple days. It's gonna take a while. I don't have the time I used to. Yeah, Curse's Scythe looks kind of small, but you know. Okay, I think I am going to do the copy-pasting method, because I'm already putting a decent amount of time drawing this side, and I don't think I want to redraw this. So, I'll definitely copy-paste this, which is good that I separate my layers, so I can just copy-paste it and then move it. So it needs to move a little bit in the next frame. I think it's fine that it's the same one, same drawing. If it looks too staticky, then I'll just trace over it like I did with Curse's body. I've tweaked Curse's design a lot. I have not tweaked her scythe that much. It still kind of looks like how I originally drew it. It just looks like a vague skeleton shape. A vague skull shape, I should say. Oh, we're getting an ad break soon. Unless you're already in the ad break. Which case, I forgot to... Well, I actually lost the timing. Anyway. It's okay, because I basically finished my rambling that I was working on, so... Now I gotta think of another, ramble. It looks a little weird, probably because the eye is a little... Shit. I'm gonna make them match a little bit. Here I'm being quiet like, hey, if it's an ad break, nobody, you know, I don't need to talk because people are, you know, being distracted. But first of all, not everybody gets ads for who knows what reason. Second of all, the bot people. Hello, bot people. How's it going? Enjoy this section just for you. And for those who don't actually see ads. Don't worry, this whole ad talk will eventually end. This is just because it's the first stream with ads, so it's like, this is a hot topic, I want to talk about it. But we'll forget, and who knows, maybe I'll run less ads, because personally, like, I know the recommended settings are like 3 minutes per hour, but I'm just like, that's kind of annoying. I feel like I'd rather just make people do the intro, like when they enter, and now that they're in, they don't have to watch more ads. Or like maybe banner ads, I guess, but those are less intrusive. It just isn't fun. But it is what it is. So now... Hey look, it's a scythe. Welcome back. The ad has ended, maybe. I don't know. I actually can't see the ad, so I just, you know. Like Twitch, the way Twitch seems to do it, because you don't watch ads if you're a sub, it just, when you become affiliated, it just automatically perma-subs you. So I am perma-sub to myself. So, and I don't see ads because of it, I guess. So I have to trust that the system is working. How's it doing? And when I do the scythe, I'm going to actually copy-paste it into... Is it 2? Yeah, it would be 2. I think it's not doing the thing I want it to do. There we go. Boop. No, it's actually the other way around. Please do it the other way around. There we go, thank you. You need to keep the name, because if not, Club Studio will get moody. Rotate. And a little bit up. And the scythe should be in position now. Yeah, that works. You see, it kind of like rolls backwards a little bit. Where are your arms, Curse? So I can probably also just copy-paste the arms here. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. And I'm gonna probably do the same thing where I rotate them. Big rotate. Maybe I'll delete this a little bit and draw it again just to see if it does anything. I'm so glad I kept my layers separated. Like I said, you will never regret putting the time to keep your layers separated. For sure. Let's look at that arm. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, obviously I copy-pasted and stuff. And maybe if I wanted to look... It does look a little stiff. But I can also, like I said, I can, if I don't like it, I can just trace over the liner, then it will look less stiff. But also, like I said, it's like animating so fast that like it's like a tiny flash. That I think it's fine that you can clearly see the arms a little bit move. And then we're gonna have the big smear frame. And I do have to remember to delete, because right now it looks fine, but if I make this, you can see that the lines are all on top of each other. But look at that! It's starting to take shape. So we are getting there. So now I gotta draw another scythe. Wait, it's three is a smear, right? Yeah, it's a smear. Technically you can see in the copy pasting I did do the same scythe, but I think I'm going to like, maybe I will copy paste the scythe, but I will smear the heck out of it. So it doesn't, so it looks properly smeared. I only want to see the scythe properly in these two frames, and then mess up a smear, so. These are the arm layers, so we want to go to the scythe layers. We're at 4. Let's save. Gotta take my time. I don't want to make any fatal mistakes. Chris' arm is very hard to see here. Probably because I need to do this again. Become 20 opacity. Huzzah. That was my special become 20 opacity technique. I mastered it after 20 years of training. Where was I? Right, the scythe. Yeah, her hand still looks like a work. Okay, I can kind of see it better now. It looks like a mess, but I can see it. So we're still in scythe, right? Yeah, scythe. How long do we have left? We have 20 minutes. Technically 22 minutes for an ad break, but I think that's gonna be it for ad breaks. I will not, even if we make it to 22 minutes, which we probably will go over a little bit, I'll just use them, because technically if you can't intro ads, like that's already like 4, so I'm just like whatever. I will not play the next. Hopefully it hasn't been too annoying, I don't know. I personally do consider ads a little annoying, so that's why I want to kind of experiment and see what people think and find a balance. I'm not too concerned about, like, well, I am a little concerned about, you know, money and stuff, but I'm just like, whatever. We're just starting. But I am curious to see how I can make things better. This is scythe, not arms. But I kind of want to draw arms, so screw the scythe. I'm going to actually go back to arms. Speaking of arms, remember Arms, the video game? Cool idea. That's it. I never played it properly, so I couldn't tell you much about ARMS, but I really like the designs and just the idea in general. It was a cool game. Hope Nintendo keeps making weird ideas like that, that are well executed. And at least, you know, look really cool. I don't know. It could be the fighting game curse, but it's not really a proper fighting game, but, you know, it's kind of hard to get those games going. Even though they did a pretty good job at, like, making the game look appealing. I'm glad at least one ARMS character made it to Smash. Because I don't think we're gonna be here from ARMS for a while. Maybe never again. Maybe not. Watch Nintendo announce ARMS 2 in like a couple of weeks. That'd be pretty funny, honestly. But I'd be happy to see ARMS. Again. Give it another shot. And even if it's like... They could also just like ignore the gameplay and like keep the world and the characters and try to make like another like fighting game, but like, or something. Like a different type of game but with still the same world and characters. That could be interesting. Seeing what they can do with them. Because I mean, they're fun designs and characters. I think it'd be, you know, cool to see them again in something else. I know you already saw them in Smash, but I don't know. That's different. I want their own game or something. Thinking about it, how often does a game franchise release like a spin-off game with a completely different gameplay? I'm trying to think, and I probably can't really think too much right now because I am focusing on drawing, but I am wondering. I mean, obviously Mario does it like whenever the heck it feels like it. But I don't know, I'm just curious. I'm trying to think if there's any. I guess it happens. I just can't think of anything right now, but I'm sure it does happen. Actually, didn't Guilty Gear do that at one point? Was it Guilty Gear 2? Didn't they do that weird thing where like they made a new game, but it was a completely different type of game? I was just like, what? What? That's what I hear though, I haven't seen it. I need to think. I don't know if this counts. No, I think it doesn't. The Yakuza series, Like a Dragon, what's it called? Is it 6? No, 7? The one where they changed the protagonist, they made it from like an action RPG to like a just turn-based RPG, which is like, that's funny. But I don't know if I would count it as like a different, like, it's still the same game, I'm pretty sure. So they changed the battle system, but it's still the same game. Honestly, I prefer action-y games, so if I do ever get to that Yakuza game, I probably wouldn't play it. It's funny because I'm being like, Paper Mario, Pokemon, and it's like, any other RPG, I'm like, I'm too lazy. I don't know. I guess I like Pokemon and Paper Mario because they're very simple and easy to understand. They don't like go too crazy with stat screens. I don't know. Maybe I have to draw this shoulder. I'm getting a little hungry and I do want to eat dinner, but okay, we have like 15 minutes to go, it's fine. I'm still only streaming about 2 hours. At the moment, but we'll see. Hey, now that I'm affiliate, maybe I'm incentivized to stream more, hee, but we'll see. I have stuff coming up and I don't wanna overwhelm myself. I have a trip and certain other things. So, yeah. for now. I'll still just resume my 2 streams a week, but for about 2 hours. And we'll see. Like I said, maybe I'll actually stream 3 times, but it depends on how I feel with time and art and such. What route is this? Lead Tea Mass Town. I forget which this town is in. Black and White takes place in something that looks kind of like New York, so I'm just like, Where are we, in Arizona now? And I think New York and Arizona are pretty far away from each other. Keeping the hands kind of simple, because it kind of doesn't matter. It's gonna look like a pretty small gift, but also I don't feel like doing hands right now. I just need like placeholder hands. These are the worst mittens ever. Where would her thumb be on the center? Her thumb would be like over here. This is just desperate little music now, though. I think this needs to cover more. Even if it does mean that I wasted that effort drawing that line, but it's okay. Looks fine. But I do want to do something here. There we go. I think it looks better. I know the hand looks like an absolute mess, but because I'll probably just fix it in a bit. Probably off stream. I keep saying I'm gonna work on this off stream, and then I'm like, hey, it's been a week. I didn't work on it. Haha. So this is why streaming is good. Because yeah, I don't think I would have worked on this today if I didn't really push myself to stream, so I'm glad I did. I am very glad I did. I forgot the scythe and all that junk. So on layer 4, okay, cool. What are we doing? We're doing good. Which part of this is? What part of this? Reversal Mountain. I actually don't remember what Reversal Mountain was. I forget how Black and White 2 are organized, because Black and White 1 is just like you do like a big circle loop. You just go through the bridges and you kind of get there. And then you have like 2 towns that you ignore. And then Black and White 2 start from the left side, but I think you move like sort of different ways and you take like tunnel shortcuts. I do prefer the way Black and White 2 you explore the map. Feels a little more like, ooh, where are we going next? Okay, deleting that, and... Should I also draw this part curvy? I kinda want to. One of the things that I should really look at reference for is like scythes and like swords and how like the shapes change depending on how the angle, because every time I draw it, it just looks wrong, and it might be one of those cases where it's just like it always looks wrong. But not knowing if it is wrong or if it is just supposed to look that way is what kinda that's driving me a little crazy. For now, I'm not gonna care. I just need to do the vague shape and then we're good. But it would be a good thing to look up. Look at some 3D models, rotate them around, grab a little scythe toy, just move it around and see what shapes it makes. These are a bit smaller, you know. I don't know if I should make it a little bit bigger. I'll cheat a little bit and do this, because I do kind of like this shape. It's gonna get a little blurry, but the resolution's small enough, so I don't think it matters too much. But I am getting a little sleepy, but it's a good thing I'm only streaming for 2 hours, because, you know, it's getting late. I'm gonna eat something, maybe play some Platinum, and go to bed. But it's been a good stream. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad I actually got myself to actually work on this, because hey, as you can see, most of the lines are done, basically. Then it's just coloring. I don't know if I'm gonna do any shading. Maybe some light shading, depending how it looks. And ghosties. Ghosties are a lot, but at the same time, I feel like as long as they make their design simple, like it shouldn't be too bad. It'll go fast. Why is the music so creepy? I don't remember anything creepy in this game. Strange house. I actually don't remember. Is this like a bonus thing, or? It's scary. Very scary. So I remember like the Platinum had like a creepy house, it was a ghost house where you capture a Rotom. I wonder if this is like the equivalent, where you also capture Rotom. Sometimes they would do that. But I don't remember. I guess I gotta replay the game to remember. So I don't remember the creepy, like being that moment in the game that's like a creepy house, but I mean, they put enough effort into the music that makes me think it's probably an important location. It's supposed to look small because of perspective, but... Scary music. Trying to make the... Let's see. No, I think it's fine. I'm gonna copy paste the arms on. Add it to 5. Put it here so I can merge it properly. put it back, and rotate it. Supposing I was a couple sound effects can make the atmosphere creepy. Just a little bit of creaky furniture. And you can have a nice creepy atmosphere. And legendary Pokemon after creepy music. That means it is Rotom. Actually, I don't know. It's probably not Rotom. Yeah, I think that's about where I'm gonna leave it, because I feel like doing the smear is going to take so much brain power, and I'm just like, nah. Leave it for off stream. Or next stream. Nah, well, we'll see. There she is. Look it. It's almost there. We're almost getting there. She's coming along nicely. So yeah. So we're missing the. It is pretty funny to look at this without the smear. And then you look at the smear and like, oh yeah, that looks good. The arm and stuff probably, yeah, the hands definitely look a little not great, so. Yeah, once we get some smear going and some effects and lines, and yeah, it's gonna look nice. And some ghosties. We need to get some ghosts going. Where are your ghosts? There you go. You see? She's fending off the ghosts that are flying around. Woo! I mean, you already knew that because the animation was already done, but you know, it's looking much nicer now. So it's almost there. Hope you enjoyed this process, my process of how I do animation and stuff in Clip Studio. But yeah, let's see. Really quickly, there might be an ad breaking coming, which I want to snooze because I don't want to, you know. We're already ending stream. I mean, I guess you could just end it on an ad, people can leave, but now I'm just gonna, it's done. It's been enough ads. It's been enough. But yeah, but thanks people for joining this nice little stream of animation. It's been good. Yeah, it went well. It's been a couple, like, when was the last time stream? Was it Friday? I forget. It definitely has been a bit of a break. But, you know, I got stuff to do. But I will probably, honestly, now that I'm affiliate, I am a little more excited to stream, to be honest. But we'll see. There's a couple of things I want to do. Now that I have predictions and stuff and channel points, I need to also name my channel points. I don't know what I want to name them, because Bones is a little, like, too generic, in my opinion. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's functional. It just makes me feel like, oh, I can do better. We can do better than Bones. But I don't know. I might just, maybe I'll look for some obscure bone name and that can be your currency or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's a billion other people with skeleton PNG tubers and stuff, so I don't know. Originality's dead. But, yeah. I'm just I kind of want to just talk it out for a second and just get to the 2-hour mark and then end stream, but thanks so much people for joining and bearing with the ads if you had to suffer any ad breaks, but you know, gotta keep the lights on, I guess. But you know, like, I might change depending, we'll see, because I do personally feel like just pre-roll ads and then just no ads for the rest of the stream, at least not like just banner ads, feels much less intrusive and it's just annoying to get interrupted. I feel like it's much nicer to just, you know, not be interrupted when you're watching a stream. It's mostly of an art stream, so not too bad, but I do think I will try to adopt that for, like, game streams and stuff. Like, I am, like, saving the VODs and stuff, but, I mean, I don't know, checking out, like, a VOD for, like, a small moment, just because you missed it because of an ad break doesn't seem that, you know, great, so maybe for, like, game streams, like, you'll just watch, like, the beginning, ad when you enter the stream, and then just no ads for the rest of the stream. Might be like no ad breaks, at least for the gaming ones, and for art ones we'll see, because yeah, it kind of breaks the flow of things, and personally when I watch things, that's how I prefer to watch them. But yeah, but obviously Twitch wants you to have those 3 minutes of ads per hour, so we'll see. But anyway, thanks people for joining, and we'll be returning at some point. What's the point? I don't know. Probably Friday, probably. Maybe Thursday. We'll see. It depends. I like to like do every other day, like skip. So not like I'm definitely not tomorrow, but I will be sure to, you know, alert the world on socials and blah 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 and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, I will now be leaving, and hope you have a good night. I will be having a good night myself because I am sleepy. But yeah, how do I end stream? I don't remember how to end stream. Right, OBS. Remember OBS? That's the thing I use every time I stream. And somehow I forget things. But anyway, thank you for joining. I will be seeing you next time for probably more art, or maybe game. I don't know. Hey, maybe I'll actually play Fire Red next time, or finish Billy Hatcher. Who knows? I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned to actually know. But anyway, have a good night, people. And thanks for hanging out. I think I already said that, but I am thankful. So, good night. These bones must rest now. Bleh, bleh.